It's finally happening. We're getting brand new lore, and it's all about Lionel Johnson returning and taking command of the Rock and the Dark Angels themselves. So let's jump in and let's read through this brand new Warhammer 40,000 lore. Now, just before I put the brand new extract in the background, please remember what has happened so far. The Lion has returned with the new Redeemed. The big battle we had was against Vastor. Angron shown up. The Lion ended up beating Angron to death with his shield. Of course, Angron's not really dead, he's just got banished back to the warp. And then the Lion, the Dark Angels, and the Risen went back to the Rock, and this is where we are now. On to the new stuff, and I'm going to put the image up in the background so you can read along with me. And this states, Lionel Johnson maintains 2 personal sanctums within the Dark Angel Colossal Battle Fortress. One is a grand and austere chamber of vaulted ceilings and fluttering banners in the upper levels of the Rock. Stoic honor guard of robed and hooded Dark Angels stand watch in his echoing space whenever the Primarch is in attendance, looking on as honor guard while he receives petitions from Imperial commanders and plans grand strategy on the hollow map data graven from the solid block of black marble that sits at his centre. So that first passage of text now confirms that Lionel Johnson has once again taken command of the Rock. The Dark Angels know that their father has returned. He's got an honor guard watching him. He's got Imperial commanders petitioning the Dark Angels and the Lion for aid. But as always, when it comes to the Dark Angels, they always have a secret. In the Lion's case, he has a secret command center just for him and other people, because as it states in this second passage of text, which is up in the background now, fittingly for the Primarch of the Unforgiven, the Lion's other lair within the Rock is a secret one. Its location is known only to the highest ranking members of the inner circle. Even though they must complete the enigmatic rite of the veiled door before the inner sanctum is revealed to them, they are typically permitted entry only by Lionel Johnson's explicit invitation. The secret sanctum lies deep within the Rock and takes the form of a series of interlinked stone chambers where the shadows creep and a thin mist crawls over the ground. Here, the Watchers in the dark are seen frequently, hastening on enigmatic errands or simply lingering half seen amidst the gloom. The Lion's private chambers is infused with a strange sense of watchfulness that even the Grand Masters find unsettling. Perhaps the strangest of all is the sparse furnishings and decorations are all interspersed with faunal creepers and a boreal underbush sprouting between flagstones and winding across the walls and ceiling, lending to the Lion's chambers the feeling of some supernatural forest grotto. So even more confirmation that we have circles within circles. Once again, I really like this idea that the Lion literally has a base of operation now on the Rock. He has like the face one where it looks all grand and the banners and the honor guard, but he has his secret one where the real actions take place, full of like watchers in the dark. Maybe some Risen there as well, which we'll get onto in the next passage of text in a second. But it's cool that it seems like the Lion can literally forest walk now from the Rock itself and come back to the Rock, so he can go to other places in the galaxy, it seems, and then return to his sons on the Rock and lead them maybe back to wherever he wants to go, or maybe to reinforce certain positions in the galaxy. It's really, really interesting lore this now with the Lion that we're starting to see. And then moving on, we get confirmation of the Lion's chosen council, because it states it's within this sanctum beyond the portal of the Pembral Sorrow and the Chamber of Passageways, past which historically only Supreme Grand Masters have been permitted, that the Lion holds his true councils. Here he meets with Azrael, Ezekiel, Belial, and others on as close to equal footing as ever they will be permitted. Matters of the greatest and most secretive import are discussed. Things are spoken of that may alter the course of the Dark Angel chapter, the Unforgiven, even the Imperium of Man. So it seems that the Lion does trust these high echelon figures in the chapter: Azrael, Ezekiel, Belial, and of course, as it mentions, other on those secure footings. I'm going to let you people decide who that could be. Probably Asmodai and stuff like that are those kind of people who are brought into these councils to give the Lion maybe advice, maybe to think over plans and stuff like that. These are the Dark Angels he truly trusts. But we have one last passage of text, which I personally think confirms that the Risen are also on the rock in secret, away from the eyes of the Dark Angels. So this text states, on more than one occasion, even these stored veterans, knowing as they do secrets fit to blast the souls of lesser men, emerge from these audience pale and visibly disturbed. At times, they have waited for an audience with their Primarch. Members of the inner circle have also heard the Lion speaking with other visitors. These hushed conversations are unintelligible even to post-human senses, yet something in the murmuring voices cause a frisson of unease. When they are admitted to the Lord's presence, his mysterious conversational partners are nowhere to be seen. This, my friends, this, brothers, is getting very, very spicy. We've got secret chambers, secret councils. We've got the Watchers in the Dark walking around, the Lion talking to secretive figures, aka the Risen, the Dark Angels thinking, what the hell is going on? Circles within circles within circles. At this point, I'm going to start needing the foil to start talking about the Dark Angels, because I have got a bunch of videos coming all around this brand new lore. We've got the Lion's Fort on Luther himself, now that he's actually escaped from the Rock. We've actually got the Lion's Forts on the Imperium itself, and how that is changing because the Lion has now returned to the setting. I'm going to be putting these videos out over the next couple of days, but this is the kind of stuff I absolutely want. Hopefully, we're going to see more of this in a sequel to the Lion, Son of the Forest by Mike Brooks, if I'm not mistaken. One of the coolest books I've read in Warhammer 40,000 in a long time, so fingers crossed that does happen, because there's so much lore that we have with the Lion, with the Dark Angels now, with his return, and I'm really, really excited to see what absolutely happens going forward with this character's return. Anyway, that's enough waffling from me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post it down below, and we'll have a nice little talk down there, as we always do. See ya, and bye-bye.